Pinto is a koala that was hit by a car in Currumbin on the Gold Coast, so he's our face of trauma season this year. He was very badly damaged. His humerus has been shockingly fractured and he's lost an eye in his accident. So he's very fortunate in that he is healing really well, and we're hoping that he'll be released back into the wild in about 6 months' time. When we look at the hours of work by the staff members and the resources that are put into him, it will cost approximately $7,000 to cover his treatment. So each koala that has an orthopaedic procedure is with us for such a long time that we're looking at $7,000 per koala. But if it's a disease, they're also with us for up to 6 weeks treating chlamydiosis. So that's $5,000 per animal. And so it is a very expensive process, and we need as much support as we can get from the community to help keep doing this important work. Trauma season, unfortunately, is when all the animals start moving around, and their habitat is now so fragmented by roads that almost 30% of the patients that we see are hit by a car. In Australia, that means that if it's a marsupial and if it's a female, there'll often be an orphaned baby in the pouch, so we ask people to check pouches of dead animals that they see on the roads. It begins in spring and it continues through summer. So August was when it started this year, which was a little early for our typical trauma season. So it's the animals crossing roads looking for mates and looking for food resources that get hit by cars in greater numbers. And also the little baby birds that are fledging from the nests. They get blown out in storms, or they're just normally fledging and they make flying accidents. So they come in traumatised as well. When you're driving in forest, particularly at night, expect nocturnal animals to be out and about. So drive more carefully at night and be always vigilant for wildlife on the roads. We should always be vigilant when we're driving, of course. And also stick to the speed limits or drive slower than the speed limits to avoid hitting animals when you're driving through their habitat. South East Queensland's very lucky to have 3 wildlife hospitals. So there's Currumbin Wildlife Hospital, the RSPCA at Wacol, and on their Sunshine Coast there's the Australia Zoo Wildlife Hospital. So we see up to 1,000 animals a month in trauma season, which is quite shocking, but 38% of those will get released back into the wild.